Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Radhe. Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol.
Paramahansa Parivagacharya Stotara Sasri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. BBD Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Guru Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत अगराधार श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। व्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मई की जय। यमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रसारम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। His Divine Lordship Sri Nitai Chaitanya Chandra Nitai Gaur Chandra ki jai. The Divine Lordship Sri Sri Radha Giridhari Ji ki jai. The Divine Lordship Sri Sri Giri Govardhan ki jai. The Divine Lordship and most merciful Sri Sri Radha Nila Madhava ki jai. Sri Sri Radha Nila Madhava Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
It says Radha Krishna in the morning. I know. I was confused though, Okay. Huh? Mm-hmm. Krishna Taba Punya Bye. Krishna Taba Punya Bye. Okay. Can we get? Oh, we got it. Okay. Oh, no, it's good. It's good. Yeah. No. Okay. Om Agyana Timirandasya Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksha Unmilitam Zaina Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shai, His Divine Grace is Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So I want to thank everybody for coming to see Nilamadhava today. He put on a special dress for everybody like that. Radharani. Yeah. It's so beautiful, no? Yeah. My goodness, yeah. I think one time in Los Angeles with Rukmini Dwarkadish, our deities there, a long time ago, they went to one of the best clothing designers, costume designers in Hollywood, and they design all these outfits, for the theater, for the movies. They design all of these outfits for the actors and actresses, for the movies, and big budgets. And they asked them to design one outfit for Rukmini Dwarkadish, like that, and so on. They're nice people, And so they did it, and it was very beautiful, And then whenever you went into their offices, their studio, right in the entry, they had Rukmini Dwarkadish dressed in that outfit. We did, what do you call it? Tailors to the gods, And they said it was a very, very special experience, all over the world, there are very, very big architectural things. Anybody here know about Gaudi's church in Barcelona? Oh, okay. Yeah. I preach to the Western people. In Barcelona, in Spain, there's one very, very, very famous cathedral by an architect named Gaudi. It's called I think, La Familia Sagrada. Mary, Joseph, like that. And if you could look it on the internet, it's Gaudi's temple, Gaudi, Gaudi. And it's just incredible. And you see these things and you go there and you realize, Vastu, how it impresses you. You come someplace, you have a different experience, very incredible. One time I was talking to an atheist. He was a nice atheist. He was an architect also. And he told me, he said, Swamiji, he said, there's not a single architect on the face of the earth who wouldn't like a contract to build a cathedral, whether he believed in God or not. He believed in God or not. At least, this is going to be the best thing. Prabhupada says that, whether there is a God or not, this is the best way to live. So anyway, this is a very nice opportunity for all of us to be here, a very powerful opportunity. My name is Hanumatpresaka, okay? Hanumatpresaka. Presaka is somebody who sends a messenger. The Indian inland letters, they were like 1 rupee or something before. And maybe he had a 25%, maybe 10% chance of it getting there. He had to mail it 10 times. But it said Presaka Kanam, name of sender. So Hanumat Presaka is a name for Ramachandra. He sent Hanuman with a message. So I've come here with a message, hopefully, from Srila Prabhupada. When Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Prabhupada's spiritual master, under the lotus feet of Nilamadhava, you see the pictures there of Prabhupada, his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta, his spiritual master, Gorkishwara Babaji. So when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was sending his sannyas, disciples, to preach, he said, everybody you're going to meet is going to be more intelligent than you are. They're going to be more pious than you are. They're going to be more opulent than you are. In every single way possible, every single person you're going to meet is going to be superior to you. The only thing you have to offer them are the words of your spiritual master. Wow. Very, very, nice attitude. Yeah. So we're thinking what to talk about tonight. And tomorrow is the Avirbhava, right? It's the anniversary of the appearance of Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, like that. And very nice day. These days have tremendous potency. We were mentioning before, if we just follow these festivals and try to apply them and do them, they work. They're rituals, but not without meaning. So you're coming regularly to the temple, chant Hare Krishna, associate with devotees, and everything will happen. So we pick one verse here. This is Bhagavad Gita 6:4. So maybe we can chant it together there. Move it up a little bit higher. You got it. Okay. Atha va yoginam eva. Atha va yoginam eva. Kule bhavati dimatam. Kule bhavati dimatam. Etadi dulabhataram. Loke janma yad edrasham. So this is Krishna, Nilamadhava. Nilamadhava, right? Nilamadhava. Talking to Arjuna in the most difficult situation. What is the most difficult situation in the material world? Civil war. Civil war. Yeah. How many people here have heard of Romeo and Juliet? Yeah, okay, you're from India. Yeah. Never was there a tale of such woe as that of Juliet and Romeo. It's sad. Prabhupada says Shakespeare, you can study him. Very interesting guy. Yeah. But it's a whole story of two families, and they're having a long tradition of conflict and everything else, and she comes from one family, he comes from another. I mean, you see, it's almost impossible not to write a good drama starting like that, And so Shakespeare starts off and he says, where's it go? In fair Verona is the town in Italy, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, two families, both alike in dignity, from ancient grudge break forth to new mutiny, and civil blood makes civil hands unclean. And that's it. Prahlad Maharaj said the same thing. Hunger, thirst, heat, cold, so many problems. But he said the biggest problem is when people who are close to you, become a source of distress, and the biggest thing to tolerate. So Arjuna's in this difficult situation. He has to kill his uncle, kill his grandfather, has to kill his teacher, has to kill his cousins, has to kill his nephews. Doesn't want to do it. And so Krishna is giving all this discussion about what's happening, who are we, everything else. And he's talking about the process of yoga. Everybody here is engaged in the process of yoga, religion, same thing. And then he gives this verse here. He says, Atava yoginam eva kule bhavati dimatam etaddi durlabam taram loke janma yaridrasham. Translation, if unsuccessful after long practice of yoga. So how many years have people been practicing bhakti yoga here? Anybody here been practicing bhakti yoga for 1 year? Raise your hand. Okay. How about 5 years? Okay. How about 20 years? Okay, you qualify for this verse. Yeah. And hopefully everybody here will qualify for this verse after some time, right? But what's going to happen? Or if unsuccessful in bhakti yoga after long practice of yoga, what happens? He takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly, such a birth is rare in this world. So Krishna says, out of 1,000 people, Manushanam Sahasreshu, 1,000? Yeah. One person will actually be interested in the absolute truth. One person will really be interested in conquering death. Right? Yeah, this is a very big question. You look at Budweiser beer advertisements, right? You see the guy there, he's sitting there, he says, why ask why? Right? Just have another beer and, you'll become like a dog or a cat and you won't ask why. But even dogs sometimes ask why. When dogs have their society, their neighborhood, and one dog dies and he kind of looks and thinks about it, something is happening here. He doesn't bark anymore, my enemy, But human being, out of 1,000 human beings, it's a lot, right? Only one actually really faces the problem, I'm going to die, and everything else is meaningless, right? Many big authors, philosophers, everything else, they all write about this. It's all meaningless. He who dies with the most toys wins. That's a phrase, right? He who dies with the most toys wins. I saw a shirt in the airport that says, he who dies with the most toys dies. Yeah. So many big philosophers, everything else, they finally come to this point of realizing, hey, until you deal with this problem, everything else is meaningless. Right? It's all meaningless. Nothing. All gone. Yeah. At 6:15, a 747 airplane is going to lose control and crash into this building. Okay, we got 1 minute. Oh, Swamiji is joking. Yeah? Not going to happen? You're sure? Yeah, any moment. You don't know. Any moment. Yeah. So this is Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Dosha Nudarshanam. This is the beginning. It's ABCs, but without the ABCs, you can't write Romeo and Juliet. So out of 1,000 people, one person really tries to face this problem and become immortal. Yeah. And so, you try it, okay? Then out of 1,000 people who've faced this and decided to become transcendentalists, one person may realize that we're immortal or there's something which goes on forever, there is eternity. Brother, you and I will die, but the revolution will go on. Let's go. Yeah, this is, people taught, they believe it. They sacrifice their lives for this thing. And this is Brahman. There is a reality. Yeah. Buddha came along, and the Buddhists say there is no reality. Shunyavad, not Buddha, but the Buddhists, some say there is no reality. Then Shankaracharya came along and said, hey, there is a reality. Really? Yeah. What is it? No, you're not ready for that. There is a reality. Oh, wow. Yeah, a reality. And it's a big deal. Many big philosophers, Alfred North Whitehead, and big philosophers, they've come to this realization there is a reality. There is something. It's eternal. There is no inevitability as long as there is a willingness to contemplate the present. That's Alfred North Whitehead from Harvard. It's nice, huh? It works. We're all going to die. This is going to happen. Something's going to happen. We're all going to lose our job. We're going to, yeah. He says there is no inevitability as long as you're willing just to stop and assess what's going on. I tried that starting in college before I ever met devotees, and it always worked. Sit down and just think, yep, there's something going to happen. So some people, out of 1,000 people who, one person tries to understand how to become immortal, what is the spiritual nature. Then out of 1,000 people who actually make the endeavor, then one person actually realizes, they're convinced. Socrates, he wasn't afraid of death. Prabhupada said he knew. He knew he wasn't the body. So there's some people who actually have accomplished this. Okay, but then he says, out of all those people, those few people, what have we got now? We got 10 to the power of 3 times 10 to the power of 3, which is, one person in a million becomes a Brahmin, really, and knows he is immortal and everything else. Then he gets a Nobel Prize for literature if he does that. Okay, out of those, what? Another 1,000. Knows me in truth means then you go from Brahman to Paramatma to Bhagavan. That Krishna's a person, a personal relationship with him, and such a person, doesn't exist in this world. First-class devotee, Uttama Adhikari, when you see them, you become God conscious. I know one person, when Prabhupada was in San Francisco, there, one of the reporters came, and many reporters were there. They arranged a nice press conference, and Prabhupada came in, and I was sitting kind of next to one big guy, robust guy, and he said, "My God, who is that man?" The name, he spontaneously said the name of God, just looking at Prabhupada. He's a purified person, reporter, right, looking for stuff. So it's very rare to encounter such a person. And so here Krishna is saying, if you are unsuccessful after a long practice of yoga, we're taking that to be 20 years. Okay, here. If you're unsuccessful, something happens, you become a deer or something, He takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in this world. If you want good machines, where do you take birth? Which country, huh? Germany. If you want romance, which country do you take birth in? Huh? France. If you want to go to food, where do you take a birth? What is the most famous culinary item in the world? All over the world, people know this one preparation. What is it? Pizza. So France is for romance, Germany is for machines, Italy is for food, British is for duplicity. I think Prabhupada says that. It says, the most cunning people on the face of the earth. Who said that, Innovation. Cowboys and spacemen, right? Isn't that it?
But looks like China is taking over.
Huh?
Looks like China is beating the U.S. in innovation.
I wonder. No, because Prabhupada says, one time he said, in 100 years, India will never catch up with the West in technology. It's not designed for that. You take birth, anybody whose cell phone goes off, you have to buy a Bhagavad Gita. So India, what is India for? Why do you take birth in India? Three different lectures, Prabhupada says you only take birth in India if you were interested in spiritual life in your previous life. So you can say what you want to, but I know. Yeah. One time when devotee, Chutananda, was preaching in India in the very beginning, Western guy, young sannyasi, and he said, Prabhupada, I've been traveling all over India with devotees helping us, Indian people and stuff, and preaching. And he says, just the people accept sometimes the culture, the philosophy, and help us and buy books and become devotees. He said, but sometimes they won't accept when I'm traveling in India. And Prabhupada said, when you're preaching in India, you have to preach on the basis of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. Then he says, every Indian accepts Bhagavad Gita. Even in India, even a Muslim will think it's a pious book. It has good ideas. It's a wise thing, Then the Chutananda said, well, Prabhupada, what if an Indian doesn't accept Bhagavad Gita? And Prabhupada said, then he goes to hell. You had the chance. Yeah. Okay, so if unsuccessful after a long practice, he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in this world. Prabhupada says in the purport, birth in a family of yogis or transcendentalists, those with great wisdom, is praised herein, because the child born in such a family receives spiritual impetus from the very beginning of his life. Of course, if it's proper, even before he's born, he's getting association with Krishna Katha. He's taking prasadam. It is especially the case in the Acharya or Swami families. Such families are very learned and devoted by tradition and training, and thus they become spiritual masters. In India, there are many such Acharya families, but they have now degenerated due to insufficient education and training. By the grace of the Lord, there are still families that foster transcendentalists generation after generation. It is certainly very fortunate to take birth in such families. Fortunately, both our spiritual master, Om Vishnupad, Sri Srimad, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and our humble self had the opportunity to take birth in such families. By the grace of the Lord, and both of us were trained in the devotional service of the Lord from the very beginning of our lives. Later on, we met by the order of the transcendental system. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. And his spiritual master was Gaur Kishore Dasa Babaji. And his spiritual master was Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And his spiritual master was? Yeah. And we have 5 on the altar. Then after that, it comes Acharyas, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we start to recognize Narottam, Vishwanath. We start to connect up. And Prabhupada gives the example, and it's like a telescope, right? Yeah. Everybody has seen the moon, right? You've all seen the moon? There's nobody here who hasn't seen the moon. What? The moon. Oh, I'd never seen the moon. Okay, maybe. It's strange the kind of things you encounter in life, like that. It's like, yeah. I was we were with one devotee, an Indian devotee, going to a program, and we were driving past a graveyard, and he didn't know that there were dead bodies there. Yeah. It's very strange. You meet unusual people. Also myself, I have a lot of ignorance in my life too. So anyway, we have the moon. Everybody sees the moon like that. Okay, it's about, how big is it? About this big. No, try again. Okay, Haribol. Okay, so we see the moon, and it's about the size of a quarter or something, an arm's length. But of course, it's a long way away. We understand. Okay, so then you want to see it better. You need a telescope. Okay, anybody here have a telescope? Yeah, a telescope. How big? Oh, wow. Is it compound? It's a reflector? Okay, yeah, because you can get telescopes with lenses, or you can get reflectors, and you can get like amateur telescopes. You can get pretty powerful stuff, like that. They'll multiply 100 times or something. Okay, very nice analogy. Okay, so you have your telescope and you want to look at the moon, okay, but you can't do it, right? Does your telescope have a finder telescope on it?
Has like a smaller box.
Yeah, because the big one is just too fine. It's just too accurate like that. It's just you move it just a little bit, and you'll never catch the moon in it because it's multiplying it maybe 50 times or something. So on the side of it is a little telescope. It's called a finder telescope. So you look through that, and you get the moon, okay, in there. Then you look through the actual big telescope. So the finder telescope is like a Pat Pradarshika guru. Yeah, right? Isn't it? Yeah, because you may never end up here, and somebody says, hey, come to Hare Krishna temple, good people, there's something okay. This is guru who puts you on the path. And this is always there. This is a reality, and someone gives you that inspiration. Who was the Pat Pradarshika guru for Dhruva Maharaj? What was her name? Why couldn't she become a Diksha guru? Oh my God, okay. Okay, because she's a woman. Yeah, okay. But anyway, she was the person who put him on the path. Yeah, she didn't have to be a great genius. She said, you should look for God. God is the only person who can solve these big problems. And I hear the great sages go to the forest to look for him. Okay, that was enough. Okay, so we look through the little telescope and we get the moon, then we go to the big telescope. So the big telescope is a very, very nice, expensive lens, right? Yeah. And we look through that, and what do we see? You're not seeing the moon, right? You're seeing the next lens, right? The first lens focuses right on the next lens, and the next lens focuses on the compound microscopes. That's what we're doing. We're trying to understand A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. I actually saw Srila Prabhupada, right? Some people may say he's artificial intelligence production. There never was a Srila Prabhupada. People argue about it. I can tell you, I saw him. I heard from him. I can tell you things I heard from his lips. You can hear from my lips, like that. Yeah. So that's okay. This is one way to investigate. Another way, of course, is his books. I heard from when reporter asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, I was there. What will happen to your movement when you die? And Srila Prabhupada said, I heard, I will never die. I will live forever in my books. I heard that from my spiritual master, from his lips. Now you've heard it from my lips. But then you have to know me. Right? Yeah. Any mathematicians here? Anybody here? What is the proof through induction? You know that one? What is the proof through induction? We're talking logic now. We're talking science. The proof through induction is?
Some equation is true for n.
Yeah.
Then you prove that it's true for number 1.
Yes.
Assume it's true for n, then you prove that it's true for n plus 1.
Yes.
You prove that it's true for 1, and since it's true for n plus 1, it's true for 2, true for 3, true
Yes. If you can take any equation, f of x equals x cubed times, whatever, and you can prove that for 1, if x equals 1, that it's true, okay, then if you can show that given any number, n, it has to be true for n plus 1, okay, then you proved it, because, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is parampara, no? Yeah, if you actually investigated A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, now here's the hypothesis. He's living in his books. Okay, get his books. We got them here in the gift store, right? Yeah, and investigate. Try out what he's saying. Read what he's saying. And my experience is, there's definitely something non-material here. Something absolute. Following it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and it goes on expanding more and more. Now, okay, then Prabhupada says, every single acharya in our sampradaya simply repeats, right, what his acharya said. I am only giving you what Bhaktisiddhanta said. And therefore, we go all the way to Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, right? Yeah, one step after another. And it's not just like, logical like we're doing now, but it's actual personal experience. Mystical experience, and also just practically singing the songs and everything else, you begin to know everybody. So it's a very, very, long process in some ways, but it depends upon where you're coming into it from a previous lifetime. Everybody's coming into these things from a previous lifetime, and so different people are going to have different kinds of development, And the amount of progress you make is unlimited. Even Krishna doesn't know how great Krishna is. Every day Krishna discovers new things about himself, like that, right? Yeah. And so, are we making progress? That's the big thing. Every day am I making some progress like that? And so Prabhupada is saying here that, Guru Tattva, this is the essential factor. If you're following Islam, you have to accept Guru. If you're following Christianity, you have to accept Guru. If you're following Buddhism, you also have to follow it, although they pretend you don't. But Zen Buddhist phrase is, if you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. This is there. Because everything is false, right? So finally you realize that Buddha is also false. I was trying to understand this when I was in college, Buddhism, and I was just going crazy, And so finally I read Prabhupada's books, and Prabhupada says, it is an incomprehensible philosophy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is. I mean, I really tried, and, yeah. But that's, anyway, it's a whole separate area like that, So, very, very nice program, and tomorrow is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's appearance day. We had the appearance day of Advaita Acharya, who is the Paramatma, who is always with us, guiding us at every moment. And then we had Nityananda, who is the original guru, directly. And now Bhaktisiddhanta is a festival day. Take mercy of him. And then we'll also have Madhavendra Puri, right? It keeps on going like this. Madhvacharya, we had Ramanuja, and we're all getting ready for the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, is he an avatar? Yeah, he's Swayam Bhagavan himself. Oh, but so is this person, so is this Baba, that Baba. Yeah, Somebody asked Prabhupada during a Sunday feast program, do you know Mer Baba? And Prabhupada said, there are so many bogus Babas. What do I need to know them for if I know Krishna? So we're making a very bold claim. At least in the very beginning, we're saying, come to your heart, chant Hare Krishna, and follow the basic program, and your life will become nice, you'll become peaceful, and you can start to calm down and think about these things, right? But later on, we're making more and more strange claims, like that. I was a Christian, hallelujah, okay? And then I discovered I had to surrender to Krishna as being the Supreme Lord. Okay, that was difficult, oh my God, okay. Then I came to the temple and everything else. Then I discovered I had to surrender to Lord Chaitanya. It's like, oh my God, let's just stop, But that was kind of the end. After that, it was, everything else was within my Christian framework, I mean, did the Jews accept Jesus Christ as being the Messiah, being the prophet of God? No, most of them, they didn't. They were mostly smarta Brahmins, and even wicked smarta Brahmins. No, they were. He told you, he said, you follow all these rules and regulations, you touch your nose, you do this and that and everything else. You are like sepulchres, right? On the outside you are clean and whitewashed, but inside you are full of dead bones and corruption. So and they killed him. They killed him. But that was the same thing. So many people, couldn't recognize him, at varying levels. So we're making all these incredible, what's the word, like, declarations about what is reality and everything else. You can talk with the deities, by the way, in case you didn't know that. You can talk with Radha Nilamadava. Yeah, try it sometime. Yeah, they'll talk back. Yeah. But we have to investigate very, very seriously and be satisfied in all levels, scientifically, everything else. And then we make commitment, we make progress, and then we can help other people out of this big mass of confusion. So I don't know, any questions or comments? Yeah.
You made the point that Islam and Christianity, they also have guru.
Yeah.
But we have a little more focus, not only accepting like Lord Chaitanya as our guru, but our immediate living spiritual master
Uh-huh.
is a guru. So that's, can you elaborate why there's a difference? Tadviti pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya.
Wow.
Can you please elaborate why it's important to accept the living guru and not claim
It will take, he's asking the question that there are acharyas in different movements, such as Muhammad, Ramanuja, Jesus Christ, like that, yeah, and Krishna, yeah, okay, yeah. But then it comes down to also within that's the next thing too, actually, there are living people. We have to understand how to appreciate people, and like we're saying, people couldn't appreciate Jesus Christ. They were accepting Moses and who was the guy, Abraham and people like that. But Jesus Christ, some of them, and very, very good movies. There's a good movie, I think, what's it called? I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it was done, but it was every Easter they used to show it. And very good. And the person who played Jesus Christ in that, I mean, he was good. I mean, it was like you weren't sure if the guy was a psychotic madman or he was the son of a god. I mean, he did it in such a way that it was like, you could see like, he was, and so there's some very pious Jews and stuff were having problems, and, is he, and this and that. So, Krishna gives us all the information we need to distinguish, different people's level. What does the word guru mean? Heavy. Yeah, Prabhupada one time in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita says that Duryodhana went to see Guru, which is Dronacharya, who was his guru in martial arts, like that. And so Prabhupada said this word guru, it means teacher. And he said when the little children in India, they go to school in the village, they bring a mango, and they say, Namaste, Guruji. Yeah. So there are many, many gurus. Gurus, like, and what does it mean? Who is guru? And different levels like that, and so on. So for somebody who's going to teach us in spiritual life, purified personality, who was the Astra guru for the Pandavas? Who taught them how to use weapons? Who was the family guru? Domya, and he taught them properly. Prabhupada said such a family guru is not just a superficial formality. He was qualified as any spiritual master with that and so on. Yeah. So Krishna, one place in the Mara, what was his name? Anyway, he's discovered Matsya. Who's that? Vivasvan. Anyway, you discovered, Matsya. And in there he's talking about guru. And Prabhupada in the purport says that some people say it's difficult to understand who is guru. And Prabhupada said, it's not difficult at all. Krishna is guru. Krishna is guru. So human body, these kind of things, and you can appreciate acharyas and different traditions. They're saying the same thing. You should love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your body, mind. And the second rule is like it. You should worship, love your neighbor as yourself. Prabhupada, we had no difficulty. So an acharya is some big person who sits on an elevated throne, who speaks in terms of the previous acharyas and presents things in terms of Shastra, and the common person can appreciate God and an acharya like that. But distance is there and stuff. So coming down then, Rupa Goswami says that you're going to find in every religion kanista adhikaris, right? People who are attracted somehow or other, they have material desires, they come for certain reasons like this and that, and they bow down or something, but they're only really concerned with God in terms of their own particular desires or necessities. When they're no longer sick with cancer, then they forget to to go to the church and so on. Okay, we all start that way. We have some kind of thing. Okay, but then again, some people we're talking about it, they come to the point where their sincerity and their help from the Paramatma, who's Guru, right? Their help from different people brings them to the point where they want to, make a formal promise. A boy and a girl may be associating this and that, and at a certain point they make a formal commitment to each other, which is characterized by a ceremony. Okay, ceremony may be a formality, but these formalities are not without meaning, right? Not without meaning. So that's diksha, right? In Islam, what is it? I forgot you have to say there is one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet. Do we agree with that? Yeah, Muhammad is the prophet. There's one God, Allah. So we can say that. As far as I understand, I forgot what the phrase is, the Arabic phrase, but if you say that, I think it's 5 times or 3 times in front of 5 adult Muslims, you're a Muslim. That's diksha. Just say declare it 5 times and something this and that. So Prime Minister Modi could say it 5 times in front of 5 adult Muslims, and this would create a very difficult problem in India. But there's nothing in there which denies, it actually enlightens you, yes, that God is working in many places. Okay, whether Jesus Christ is the greatest prophet or Muhammad is the greatest prophet. Yeah, there are many discussions in Muhammad's works about these things. You have to investigate. At the end of everything, when the final forces of good and the final forces of evil have it out in terms of the Quran, who leads the forces of good? Is it the Prophet Muhammad? It's Jesus Christ. Yeah, didn't know that, did you? It's a big Islamic scholar. Tell me, Jesus Christ is mentioned something like 23 times, 24 times in the Quran, and always, with the greatest respect. Yeah. So you have to become serious about it. And then somebody who's taken diksha, from an acharya, and is worshiping the deity, he's come to the point of realizing, yes, God can incarnate in this world. His holy name is not a material thing. This place is not a material place, right? Yeah. He realizes, yes, God does incarnate for our mercy. He is accessible. We can approach him. If you realize that, very nice discussion to this by Bhaktisiddhanta, then that is a madhyamadhikari. You're on the path. You've got the process. You've matriculated in the university, right? You're not just investigating, taking things. Now what do I need? Okay. Pay your fees, get your C's. In 4 years, we promise you'll be able to pass the bar examination. Right? Prabhupada says you chant 16 nice rounds a day, follow the 4 principles strictly, we guarantee step by step you will become Uttama Upadeshamrita. Very simple, clear contract. Yeah. And so we recognize those kind of people, Yeah, we respect people who the name of God appears in their mouth. Okay, we respect them. They could have said something else, And we just see how much materialism there is in their life, and we listen to what they have to say. And somebody who's actually an initiated devotee in any tradition like this, yeah, you see them, you recognize them. Rare, but you recognize them. And so we, then we talk about things more confidentially, and we take advice from them, perspective from them, right? Prabhupada was asking Christian people, Christian fathers and stuff, how to preach in the West. He said, I'm a new guy here. You got to give me a hand here. Tell me how to do this, and what do people think like that? Yeah, so we're respecting them. Then Uttamadhikari is somebody who's very advanced in undeviating devotional service, whose heart is completely free from the propensity to criticize others, just don't like to do it. How many people here are like that? You just don't like to criticize other people, right? It doesn't fit into your mind so well. It goes on. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's not unnatural. You just come to the point where you just, I may get a little crazy at one point or something, but I don't like it. I don't want to be enemy with anybody. Let me avoid the guy or something, and yeah, okay, Uttamadhikari. Yeah. And that personality, then, we should accept Hanumatpresaka as guru. Yeah. Now, in terms of a society, a general society, we're not presenting ourselves as more than Madhyamadacharyas. We're following Srila Prabhupada. We're fixing the process very nicely. We have a system whereby which people are certified to baptize and become guru. Then beyond that is a personal thing. You've got to get to know people. Yeah. And you're going to find many very, very interesting people in this movement. Like that. Some of them are mad, and some of them are, yes, yeah. So yeah, they're right here, they're around us. There's so many nice people. If you want good association, you'll get it. Prabhupada's Garbhadra Sridhar Maharaj, he said, if you want good association, you have to become good association. So you become purified, everything else, and you'll start finding that, you'll find so many nice people. You'll find unlimited, all you need. Yeah. And then, of course, again, in ISKCON we have nice functional, right? Very functional situation in terms of initiation, spiritual guidance, everything else. And as soon as you come to Adoshrada, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Narta Nivritti Nishta, Ruchi, then it's not a matter for public discussion anymore, because now your questions are, they can be taken as, some pie in the sky craziness, but no, now you're asking serious things about spiritual life. And so then it's a matter of, talk to me after the lecture. Okay. Here we got 4 minutes more until we got 4 more minutes until the 747 crashes into the building. God, what have I said? Yes. Okay. So I was looking up. There's a very, very nice webpage, KK Songs. You got it there? Go to KK Songs if you got time there. Okay, I'll do it too. You can also look on your own personal device. Go to KK Songs. I like it. .org. I think it's nice. And then if you expand it there, it has song lyrics and authors. And go to the authors and literature. Okay. You did that? Okay. Now it has an author index. Let's go to the author's index. And now we come down to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Click on that. And then it has list of songs. That's the first time I went through like this. Yeah. Anybody done this? Yeah. So I went through the songs, and almost all of them are based upon Upadeshamrita. Yeah, he's taking a different verse in Upadeshamrita, but he just brings it out so nicely, the translations. Let's look at Krishna Saha, Krishna Nama Abhina. It's down there, you see it? Krishna Saha, okay. Yeah. Krishna Saha, Krishna Nama Abhina Janiya, Aparakritya Ekamatra Sadana Maniya. Ye nama laya nome dikshita harya adara karibe mane swagosti janiya. Translation, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. I think this is from him. It's a pretty good source. Knowing Krishna and his name to be identical truth, one embraces exclusively the holy name's path. And thus, who is initiated into chanting the name properly should be mentally respected as a member of the family. Nectar of Instruction, text number 4. Yeah, Dikshasti che pranatavischa bhajatamisham. 5, yeah, okay. And he who serves Krishna by constant worship of the name, Brindhavanadama, by the name within his heart, by the name within his heart ever residing at Sri Vrindavan Dham, know him an intermediate devotee, Madhyamadakari, same verse. Make obeisances at his feet and keep him as a faithful friend in your thought and deed. And who, by internal service to the name, knows his divine identity sees Krishna, only Krishna, in every form and entity, seeing nothing separate from Krishna in the creation, he sees all souls equally serving his predilection. Knowing such a veteran votary, most honored and most cherished. Serve him in thought, word, and deed, with heart's fulfillment relished with obeisances, inquiry, service. Him in all respects entreat, by the grace of such a great soul, we can reach the Lord's feet. So very nice. So there's a whole new section by Bhakti Siddhanta of songs here, and many based upon, almost all of them based upon nectar of instruction like that.
So Uttamadhikari knows his identity?
Yeah, I think Uttamadhikari begins at the level of bhava. And again, you may be coming to that level, you may get some idea, you may see that, I just, whatever my attractions are, okay, becoming clear, but you understand. Yeah. Knows his swarup, but it's not mature. You plant the seed, it grows. In front of you it produces a flower, then in front of you it produces a fruit. You say, oh, it's a peach, but it's green, but it's a peach. So then in Bhava Bhakti, there's a matter of maturing it to prema. So I want to thank everybody very much. And I think now we're supposed to have announcements, right? No? He's coming. So thank you all very much. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Back home, back to Godhead. Wow.
Thank you so much, His Holiness Hanumatpresaka Maharaj. Always a pleasure to listen to Maharaj talk in real sense. And it's always wonderful to see the spiritual connections in the background when he talks about today's time and the phase and the happenings that happen in our world. Today's Sunday fee sponsorship is from Rati Prabhu and Sukhada Mataji, and in loving memory of Prabhu's younger brother, His Grace Govinda Prabhu, who is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Raghava Swami Maharaj. This week is his second anniversary of passing. We will also dedicate our Sunday Kirtan today for Her Grace Sashimukhi Mataji's uncle, Mr. Nagarajan, who left his body in India today. If you have not yet received your 2024 tax notification, please see Manasinga Mataji and she will be happy to hand it to you. If not, they will be mailing it to you because the deadline is probably about 15 days overdue. Tomorrow, Maharaj mentioned it briefly, tomorrow is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's appearance day. And our program here in the temple starts at 6:30 in the evening. And there will be Kirtan, Bhajan, class, and Prasadam in a carry-out box for all of you that attend. So if you're planning to attend tomorrow, the program starts at 6:30 in the evening. Next week is also Mahashivaratri, and if we have a program planned by the festival committee, we will share the details with you on our telegram. As of this moment, I do not know the timing and the details for the special program on Mahashivaratri. Also, Tamala Krishna Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev's disappearance day is on Friday, February 28th, and we will share more details with you. This week's book distribution scores, I wanted to share the numbers with you. 49 Maha books, 61 large books, 51 medium books, 146 small books, giving you a total of 307 books that were distributed. Maharaj also mentioned something about Gaura Purnima. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day is coming up in March. Thursday, March the 13th is an actual day, and we will have our festival on that day, Thursday, March 13th, starting in the evening at 6 o'clock. There will be wonderful program, Abhishek for Shishi Gaura Nitai. And to celebrate Gaura Purnima, there is a special Sankirtan program, Maha Sankirtan program, Harinam, on Saturday, March the 15th. There are volunteers that are needed for our festival activities. Radha Charan Prabhu here. Radha Charan Prabhu will be taking your name if you want to sign up. Radha Charan Prabhu is right there. How many of you are signed up to be a volunteer here at the temple? Okay. Maybe. How many of you are not? Raise your hand. Come on. Come on. Maybe you need to sign up. See Prabhu. There are many activities, there are many services that you can definitely come forward and help serve our deities and the devotees here better. So there is cooking help, there is serving help, there is setting up help, there is crowd control help, there is all kinds of helps that are needed. So see Radhacharan Prabhu and sign up so you can come here and participate and do some service for our deities and the devotees that are here. Pratyush is here. He will be chanting our 7 o'clock kirtan. So the families that are sponsoring today's program, we request them to come and offer the arati lamp when our pujaris do the same thing. Hare Krishna.
Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,